Alrighty, folks. You want to buy a new boat? That's what this video is about. Buying a new boat. Anyways, before we get into the video, I got to give full credit to my buddy Lewis. You know, he was the major push on this adventure. He was the major factor across the board. So, you know, I gotta hand it to him. But anyways, yes, we did get a new boat. If you have seen any of our other fishing videos, you always see us fishing out of a small 16-foot technical skiff. The story goes, you know, it's fine for Lewis and I fishing the Crystal River backcountry, but as we kept pushing and pushing, a little further offshore, things started getting sketchy. Yeah. So anyways, he just kept hammering, we need a bigger boat, we need a bigger boat. We want a boat big enough to take the girls out, cruising, whatever. So anyways, as everyone knows, price of boats are just stupid, in my opinion. I mean, they're just ridiculous in cost. So we started the search about a year ago, and we were kind of keeping our focus or our attention on two different brands, Shearwater or Pathfinder. We wanted a 20-footer, specifically to be able to fit in the garage, and that's just like the perfect size boat for us. Lewis, he has a 26-foot CV. We use that offshore, so we didn't need anything really bigger than, you know, 20-footer for Crystal River, backcountry, and explore offshore just a little bit further than what we've been doing. Problem being, you find a boat, by the time you call on it, it's sold, or you go look at it, it's a piece of garbage. So it's kind of like finding a diamond in the rough. Long story short, a month or so ago, my buddy Lewis, he put a deposit on a 20-foot Pathfinder that was down in Naples. The guy did some funny business behind his back. Long story short, the deal fell through. Lo and behold, just out of the blue, Homosassa, right here where I live in Crystal River, Homosassa Marine posted this Shearwater, and that's what we got is a Shearwater, 20-foot Shearwater. Posted it. He texted, I mean, as soon as they posted it, he texted me, said, here we go. I said, all right, I'm gonna call the guy and go down and take a look at it. So anyways, I did reach out to the general manager of Homosassa Marine. He said, yep, this is the boat, this is the price, excellent condition for its age. Like, okay. And the kicker is, it's only got 200 hours on the motor, which is basically brand new. It's still 20 years old, but it's only got 200 hours on it. So anyways, says, okay, so I jump in the car, I'm headed over to Homosassa Marine, which is only about 15 minutes from my house. He texts me halfway there, says, oh, one of the guys here just took a deposit on it. I literally texted him back, and I just said, shit. He asked for my phone number, he gave me a call, he goes, hey, this happens all the time. He says, if anything happens with that deal, we'll give you a call. I'm like, well, if the boat is that good, and it's been our experience, you know, finding that perfect boat, it's probably gone, and, you know, we're just gonna have to move on down the road. Lo and behold, the very next morning, they called me, said the guy came in, started dickering around or whatever. They sent him on down the road. They gave me a call. So I went up there, took a bunch of pictures, called my buddy. I said, you know, it's got issues. And when I say issues, we'll go into those issues, but it's issues a 20-year-old boat will have. It's a fiberglass boat. All those issues are, you know, can be remedied pretty easily. But anyways, so I went up there, took a bunch of pictures, texted my buddy. He got off work and he drove up from South Florida, drove up, got here about 10 o'clock at night. Saturday morning, we went to the dealer, decided, okay, we're gonna do it. Took care of the paperwork. Now the boat's sitting in the garage. But anyways, I'm gonna show you what we went from to what we're getting into. Memorial Day weekend. Getting the skiff ready. It's gonna be a weekend on the water. You ready? Let's do this.
Say what you want. This never gets old.
That's a big one.
I told you we were going to catch a big one today.
Oh, that's a big one. Wow. Woohoo!
Come on, let me get a...
Oh, we need all kinds of pictures of that thing. Woo! Hey, folks. Oh my gosh. No. That's a beautiful Crystal River red. Oh, look at that. Nice job there, Captain. Beautiful.
Look at that spot. Look at the blue tail.
I know. Especially in the sunlight.
Yeah, blue tail, the red fins.
Nice
Healthy.
job. Come on, dude. There you go. Nice. Yeah. Gonna have some cobia steaks tonight, aren't we? So yeah, I'm gonna miss that skiff. As you can tell, we've caught a lot of big fish out of that skiff. Had fun in that skiff for many, many years. Believe it or not, that skiff is 25 years old. So, but we've maintained it. It's perfect. But anyways, let's get on to the new boat, or the new to us boat. It is a 2005 20-foot shearwater bay boat. I'm gonna spin the camera around here and take some pictures or take video, and then I'll show you what's wrong with it or what we need to repair. So it's got a 150 twin power poles. Does have an 80-pound trolling motor. This is from the bow, obviously, looking backwards. And coming down the other side. So as you can see here, we do have a gel coat crack that we have to get repaired. We do have gel coat spider cracking at the anchor locker. That has to get repaired. Sorry about the dirt. Obviously, I've been working on it, but we do have another gel coat crack back here on the floor of the boat. That has to get repaired. And last but not least, we do have a crack on the cowling, and that has to get repaired. Pretty much everything that we have found wrong has just been cosmetics. Gel coat, very common, especially on a 20-year-old boat. Actually, I think there's gel coat cracks on all fiberglass boats, just whether people are going to take the time to get them repaired or not. I'm going to get it repaired. Getting the cowling, the crack on the cowling repaired, not an issue. I'm going to get that done too. A couple weeks, my buddy's going to come up. He's going to bring his wheel, some compound. We're going to compound the boat out, wax it, get it all shiny again. But other than that, we haven't found any, or I haven't found any other things that are wrong. I take that back. Onboard battery charger, I don't believe that's working. I got to check that out. But we did invest in a mechanic going through the motor, going through the boat. He listed everything. Worked, didn't work. He didn't have any of that listed. as far as an issue with the boat. The compression on the cylinders were within factory spec. You know, if you're going to go down the road of buying a used boat, I highly recommend getting a mechanic in there and going through it, because you just don't want to get it home and, you know, you're going to have surprises. Don't get me wrong. I mean, this is my previously I bought 2 used boats, and both I had to repower in very short order. Now that starts getting expensive. So yeah, my anxiety level is up here with this boat. Praying for the best. I'm expecting the shoe to fall, but that shoe hasn't fallen yet. So I'm gonna give you our vision on what we plan on doing with this and the modifications we're gonna be making with it. Sorry for the noise. It's hot as blaze out here. Got the fan running, trying to get this thing cleaned up. So it is what it is. I like this trolling motor plug, but what the hell's with the electrical tape as opposed to shrink wrap or shrink tubing? That's some cheesy stuff right there. If this is what we're going through, we're gonna go through this whole boat and fix this the correct way. All right, the vision is, which we've already taken, actually my friend Lewis already took care of it. We got a bimini top for it. We will install a back seat, just for added comfort. We got company on the boat. The girls may want to sit back there while we're cruising, but we are going to put it's going to be a bench seat, but it will be removable. At some point in time, we will be replacing that trolling motor with a GPS activated trolling motor, 80-pound thrust trolling motor, but it will be operating via GPS. And last but not least, we will get or have a swim ladder fabricated for the back of the boat. This does have kind of a unique shape, so you just cannot buy one, you know, run of the mill off the shelf. It will have to be fabricated. I already have a line on the fabricator to do it. I'm going to be going over there and seeing them shortly. Wow, isn't that skiff gorgeous? We do have one little last escapade planned for the skiff. July 4th week, I'm taking it down to Key West. Actually, my buddy Lewis and I, we're gonna go down to Key West for a few days. Fish the islands around Key West, back in the mangroves. So yeah, I'll leave it there and it'll go on the market. In closing, make sure you stay tuned as we bring this girl back to her righteous self. Again, many thanks goes out to my buddy Lewis. We wouldn't be making this video right now if it wasn't for his push, as he was the major contributor. It was his desire to get a bigger boat, wanted to push further, go farther, go faster. So yeah, I will keep everything posted as we improve and work on this boat and bringing her back. But anyways, with that, I hope this video, if you're considering to buy a used boat, helps you along that journey. We'll see you later.